see what country was 148, so somewhere that's over there. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I actually need to see. Okay, let me see. Nah, everybody sleep or everybody working. If you're on the other time zone, either everybody sleeping or everybody working. Now listen, we got Malika Young. We got Malika Young. When you see this, email in to support because the store. I released the store that I'm gifting my wife. Let me see, can I write in the chat? It don't let me write in the chat when I'm on the phone. Live chat. It don't let me chat, huh? I launched the store. So if I don't know if y'all seen me do the consistency, but I'm gonna give it to my wife. I'm gifting the business to my wife just because I'm gonna come up with the concepts, get it going, and then I'm gonna have her helping me design. And it'll be gym wear, casual wear, street wear, just different little stuff, just having fun with what I was talking to my life coaches about tonight is taking your brand and putting it in different arenas and putting it in different arenas so that, like if you do hair, you could do hair, but you also can create the site for $79 a month where hairstylists could sign up and create a profile and get bookings, and you get a percentage of those bookings. Now that's something that I teach to my mastermind class, life coaches, and we'll get to that in the growth group. So if you're not in those groups, I don't put everything out here because sometimes you have haters, spectators, and everybody. So I say that deep stuff for the people who really tapped in with me. But you can put your brand across all mediums. You can have an app. You can have the website that does the same thing or something different. You can have a t-shirt line. And so for me, what I do is I take my brand and I'm putting it in the app. I put it on the audio book, put it in iTunes, put it on the podcast, put it on YouTube, put it on Instagram, put it on LinkedIn, put it on TikTok. I even got a skincare line that I'm getting ready to launch for just clean men, clean cut men, hygienic men. Got the skincare line. So now Malika Young and Deidre Williams. So when I posted the first time, Malika was the first person that went to the site. The site is consistencygear.com. Malika was the first person. So Malika, email in. You're gonna get any course of your choice. And but the payments didn't go through because the site they see Shopify try to get so complicated that they have you creating all this stuff you could create. So all these profiles they got me creating. Well, I'm like, hold on now. I'm having to create different shipping profiles instead of just a general where all the products get added there. I'm thinking I had to create a different thing. So I'm creating new profiles for the products. The products is named something different. So when you go to buy the product, that's not the shipping profile. So it just wasn't working. And I didn't test it because let me tell you why I ain't tested. For me, that's a gift and a curse. Because for some people, let me tell you, it go two ways. Some people, they're gonna overthink everything. They're gonna overthink, they're gonna overtest, they're gonna overdo everything. And then some people going to just launch. So I taught a class tonight for the life coaches, and it was at 8:30, and we finished maybe 10 o'clock or something like that. And then right after I finished, I came on Shopify and I started building the store. And I'm building the store. Now it's about to be 2 o'clock in the morning, but I had to get this here done. And I got meetings all day today. So I'm gonna have to go home and get a little bit of rest and got to get back up. But see, sometimes you got to understand, and that's why the line is consistency. And I got a couple shirts coming, some shorts coming, but that's why I call it consistency. Sometimes you got grind seasons. Sometimes you got grind seasons, and this one thing that I want women to understand is you got to understand when your husband, your boyfriend, whether you got one right now or you're gonna have one, you got to understand that when a man is driven and when a man go through his seasons, a good man is gonna find balance. We gonna find balance. There are men and women who say balance does not exist. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I believe in balance. What I mean by balance is I believe I could work with my clients, work on my own dreams, spend time with my wife, spend time with my sons, all in the same day. And if I miss a day, I'm on the road, or it's a grind day, then I make up for it the next day. But I believe in balance, regardless of what anybody's saying. But here's the thing. Sometimes you in grind mode. You in grind mode. So I got this building that I'm in, and this building got 6 different spaces in it, but I'm getting the building next door too. And that's gonna be different purposes. And failure is when you don't try. Failure is when you don't try. Even if you try and you got to stop it, you didn't fail. And so one thing that my wife understand about me is I'm determined to make sure they got everything they need. So in order for me to make sure they got everything they need, I got to turn over every stone. I can't sit back and wait and watch and all that. I got to try everything that come to my mind because I'm not God. So I don't know what God is gonna bless. I don't know. We don't hear God audibly. We hear God spiritually. God ain't coming in, hey, sit down, let me talk to you. That ain't how God moving. So a lot of times when what we hearing, it could be indigestion. A lot of times you think that you hearing God and that's indigestion. So when you have something on your spirit and it's an unction and you keep hearing it, hearing it, hearing it, sometimes you got to just go at it. And when you go at it, if it's God, He gonna show you He in it. And you just got to go at it. So look, I launched this store, and since I done relaunched it, it's called what is it called? consistencygear.com. And I done got some orders, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I done got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders. Because listen, I'm launching 2 o'clock in the morning, and these Americans that's up and supporting, that right there let me know God saying, okay, boom, if you can launch at 2 o'clock in the morning and get one supporter, you on the right path. You on the right path, you doing something, I'm gonna bless it. And sometimes you just got to go and you got to see. And so I want you to understand that. And this stove. And listen, what I want you to understand, I'm not a computer person. I'm not a computer person. I didn't take a computer class. I didn't take a web design class. I don't have a college degree. I don't have any of that. You hear me? I come on here and I put in work. Put in work, and that's it. And so what you got to understand, like right now I'm still working, and this thing sending me a code right now. Y'all hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me get this code. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I had to get that code from the phone number because I still got the work now. Still got the grind. And so what I need you to understand is yeah, what I need you to understand is sometimes you just got to work. You got to work and you got to do what you got to do. And you can't worry about waiting on nobody. You got to grind. And so here's the thing. You're going to have these ideas. You're going to have these ideas. And you're going to have to launch because ain't nobody coming to rescue you. And so right now, and this is the thing, a lot of people think, oh, Tony Gash relationship coach. Listen, right now, I got an app being developed. I got another app that might be a personal app that I'm thinking about developing. I got the whole clothing line that I just did myself by myself. But then I got another clothing line that I'm working with an actual designer who worked for a major company. It's a more upscale line. I got a skincare line that I done got formulated. 3 formulas, the face wash, the hyaluronic acid, and the moisturizer. I got this building. I got the building next to me. That's going to be my academy, Tony Gasson's Academy Live, where you could come, instead of my courses just online, you come do them live. Come record your podcast, come shoot your courses, come do in-person sessions, small group sessions, mastermind sessions, men's group, prayer group, space rental. You need to meet with your little multi-level marketing people, all of that. Listen to me. Everything that is in you, you got to take action on it. So when I got off that call tonight with my coaches, they in a mastermind group. It only costs $1,000 a year. It's people who don't know no more than I know, charging $20,000 a year for a mastermind. My mastermind with my coach, I charge them $1,000. You know why? Because I have over 60 streams of income. I don't have to get rich off of them. So I could charge them a minimum amount, but I'm going to get them $1 million worth of information, multi-million-dollar worth of information for that $1,000 that they paid. You hear what I'm telling you? But because I don't have to get rich off of a mastermind because I'm doing the work myself. So we talking about this recession, we talking about the dollar being weakened. And so as soon as we finish that call, I come on here and create me another stream of income. Now I'm gifting this to my wife, but it's still a stream of income because we in the same house. And so that'll save me something because now it ain't gonna be no thing to where, oh, got take money from out of this over here to do this over here. You got this whole little stream that you could use just for that right there, that you need to do this and that and that. And so that's how that's gonna work. But here's the thing. What you got to realize is ain't no do-overs. Ain't no do-overs in this. Ain't no do-overs. So everything that's in you, you got to get it out of you. You got to stop waiting. You got to stop waiting to do your book. Stop waiting to start your foundation. Stop waiting to start your clothing line. Start waiting to start your business. Waiting on God to come down out the sky and take you to Mount Sinai and sit you down and hold your hand and talk to you, he's not coming like that. He coming in this form right here, using his servants to try to get a message to you to say, hey, use your gifts. Use your gifts. Occupy. Because let me tell you something. Whenever you, even when you working for the body, this is what you got to understand. This is what you got to understand. The way God work, and a lot of people don't realize this, but the way God work, what you have to realize is, think about it now. Think about this. The way God work is, when he sent his son, what did he do to get believers? Signs and wonders. So if the son had to have signs and wonders, then what you gonna have to have? Signs and wonders. Them signs and wonders could be your love, it could be your heart, it could be your service. But in our world, it's gonna be your gifts. It's gonna be your gifts that make room for you and bring you before great men, like the Bible say. It's gonna be your gifts, because when you utilize your gifts, guess what's gonna happen? People gonna listen to you. We don't listen. We really don't listen to anybody who is broken, struggling. When we broken, struggling, don't nobody want to hear us. We got good advice now. When we broke, we got good advice, but don't nobody want to hear it. Don't nobody want to hear it. What do everybody say? Listen to people who doing what you want to do. Listen to people who doing better than you. What's the other quote? I ain't never had a problem. I ain't never had a hater who doing better than me. Which ain't true, but that's what it said. So if you trying to be a light, trying to be an example, it's a viral reel where the man, the audio, he say, one day your son and daughter gonna catch on, and they gonna say, Mom, if I could do anything, then why aren't you doing it? If I could be anything, then why aren't you doing it? So it come a time to where we gonna have to show. Like yesterday, my son, he came in the room, shook my hand, like, "What's up, Daddy?" He was like, "Man, I ain't see you all day." I said, "Well, hey, it's grind season right now." I said, "I told you." I said, "I told you." Um, Not too long ago, 2023 gonna make you or break you. 2023 gonna make you or break you. 2023 finna separate the men from the boys, the women from the girls. Cause 2023, listen, people gonna be getting laid off, slayed off, hayed off, dayed off, and that dollar dropping, them stocks dropping. You gonna have to get on your grind. Everybody that got complacent, everybody that got complacent in the pandemic, from the stimulus checks, from all the flow of money, everybody who's selling products was making way more money than they ever made, because everybody had more money to spend. Now that's shifting. Now the other shoe about to drop. Yeah, they giving benefits to businesses. Ain't no stimulus checks being handed out right now. If you got a business and you got W-2 employees, you get $26,000 if you got W-2 employees. But guess what? Who you think got W-2 employees mostly? Not minorities. It's a small percentage of people of color and people who are naturalized citizens, meaning that there was an immigrant and they came and got citizenship. It's a very small percentage of people of color and naturalized citizens that has W-2 employees. So right now, who getting the $26,000? The scammers, which they're gonna be in prison in a couple years. When that other shoe drop and they get to sit down and they get to go through that paperwork, listen, this here stimulus money, this $26,000, is also another way to put criminals behind bars. It's a setup. It's a setup. Hey, we finna. So it's people who don't have a LLC, who ain't had no LLC, and then they get an LLC. They ain't got W-2 employees, but they getting that $26,000 credit. Guess what? You going to prison. You going to prison. You going to prison. It might not be right now. It might be in 3 years, but you're going to prison. And so that's another way to put minorities behind bars by giving them low hanging fruit. We're gonna make this system be easy enough to where you think you scamming, and now we finna take your kind and we finna put you behind bars. Now you can't reproduce. You can't reproduce. You can't raise your kids. You can't put them through college. So if you done went and fraudulently got that 26,000, you need to. Oh, I made a mistake. I thought I had a W-2. I ain't got no W-2 person, and send that $26,000 back because they coming to get you. They coming to get you. So listen to me. So what you got to realize with this $26,000, who you think is going to? I done been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I don't have a W-2 employee. So if I've been out here for 15 years and I ain't got no W-2 employee, it ain't a lot of people with W-2 employees who are entrepreneurs who making seven figures. So here I am, companies doing seven figures, and I ain't got W-2 employees. So 26,000, I don't get it. I don't get to have that. I need it now. I can utilize it. I don't get it. I still got to come out of pocket. So guess what? That's another way to funnel money to people who are already rich. Because if you got W-2 employees, you know what that means? That means you got business knowledge. That means you got business knowledge, and yes, it's gonna be a handful of, minorities, naturalized citizens, marginal people from marginalized communities. It's gonna be a handful that got W-2 employees, but it ain't gonna be the majority. The majority of people with W-2 employees is gonna be people who they come from money. They come from money. They were born into money or born into business. They was taught business at 12, 13 years old, and now they set up and they could get that $26,000 employee credit. And so that's what you got to understand. So what this is another way for the rich to get richer. It's another way for the rich to get richer. It's another way to pump money into the hands of people who gonna pump it right back into the economy. Because when they put that money, so they printing money to put it in the hands of people, and they finna put it right back into the economy. Some of them gonna take it and buy stocks and boost the stock market. Some people gonna go buy more products, buy whatever, and but yet tax dollars still getting paid. Tax dollars still getting paid. The economy getting stimulated by printed money. So now this printed money is finna aid in the dollar getting weaker because they print more money. And that in $26,000. Listen, this ain't $2,600 that they giving out. This $26,000. That's a lot of money. So, you know how many businesses it is in America? That's a lot of money. And I'm gonna tell you what, this money is so readily available that I'm getting unsolicited calls. I'm getting solicitors calling my phone and leaving voicemail. We'll help you get your 26K. I'm getting text messages. We'll help you. I'm like, how in the world y'all getting my personal phone number calling me about this 26K? I ain't got W-2 employee. Now stay off my phone now. So that let me know that the money is readily available, that not all of these companies, they coming to be middlemen because they going to charge a fee off that 26K that they about to get you. So listen, this how this money flowing. So the reason why I'm up working, because you can't be, and this in the Bible somewhere, I think it say try your hand at 7 different things, because you don't know where the Lord gonna bless. You don't know where the Lord gonna bless. And so what you got to realize is you gonna have to try your hand at different things, because and I wish that was a scripture, because I remember one time I said something was a scripture and somebody told me that was a Anita Baker song. I said, oh Lord, I'm on here lying on the Lord. I say, boy, I'm on here lying on the Lord. trying to type in all kind of Google and trying to see what it is. This one I think this what it is. It's look at somebody talking about Ecclesiastes. Look at that now, old theologian on here, Candy. Candy ain't even in the blessed tribe. Candy, you need to be in the blessed tribe now, theologian. I don't know if it was Anita Baker, but I used to say the Bible say mother may have, father may have, a son may have, daughter may have, but blessed is the one that have their own. My mama them told me that was out the Bible. Then I was quoting that, and somebody say that's a Anita Baker song or somebody's song. I said, oh Lord, no, I ain't gonna let AI write my books now, cause AI really is a bunch of plagiarism put together. But no, I ain't gonna let AI write my book. This is a Billie Holiday song. Okay, Billie Holiday. Now see, look at the description in Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 6. It say, sow your seed in the morning and at evening. Let your hands not be idle, for you do not know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally well. See, listen, this out the Bible now. This out the Bible. That's the New International Version. We're going to read the King James because that's what most of the people got. It say, in the morning, sow thy seed, and in the evening, withhold not thine hand, for thou knowest not whether shall prosper either this or that, or whether they both shall be alike good. So see, listen, grind in the morning, grind at night. Now, it's going to be a season of rest. It's going to be a season of rest, but you got to know what season you in now. You got to know what season you in. And this is what you got to realize. Proverbs 6 and 6 now. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways. Another, take a lesson from the ants, you lazy bones. Learn from their ways and become wise. Now listen. It has no commander, no overseer, no ruler. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. Listen now, that's out the Bible there. That's out the Bible. A troublemaker and a villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks maliciously with his eyes, signals with his feet, and motion with his finger, who plots evil and deceit in his heart. He stirs up conflict. It went right from that lesson to another lesson. Disaster will overtake him in an instant. He'll suddenly be destroyed without remedy. Woo! All right, y'all criminals out here gonna be destroyed without remedy. Now listen now. 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. See, listen, this here wisdom for life is right there. So this the thing. Let me tell you something. This what I have learned. Because this what you got to understand. See, when I look around, I see people who they got a YouTube channel. It's like, okay, you got a YouTube channel. But you know what? The last few months, YouTube took a big dip. YouTube took a big dip. They got a YouTube channel, got a podcast, but then guess what? Ain't got no book. Somebody got a book, ain't got 2 books. Somebody got a course, don't have 2 courses. So it come a point to where stuff gets slowed down. So when you start creating, you got to create. You create, and this is what you do. You create and you give it legs. You nurture it, It's on milk, then it's on baby food, then it's on solid food, then it can walk, then it can run, then it can learn how to be a pilot and fly. So you got to understand now, the same way now some people baby don't even be walking before they have another baby. But just like when you raising a little one, when that little one start to get a little older, it can walk, talk, eat by itself and all that. Then you feel like, oh, okay, I'm ready for the next one. So a lot of people, if they raising adopt a child or had a child or whatever, when they get about two, they start getting ready for that next one. Now for us, our son, he was, you know, special need, like he was born early. So we waited till he was 7 before my wife was ready for number two. So my son, 7 years apart. That's how you got to look at your ventures. When you start a venture, you don't have to beat the venture in the ground. You don't have to just only do that, only do that. You get it and you get it legs. You get legs, you get going, you get it out there. Now it's a stream. It can eat. It can eat on its own. Now you create the next. You create the next until you exhaust your ability. Somebody say, do we always need to be create? No, you don't always create. You create until you expire. You create to you out of your ideas. You don't, cause see, somebody might have 10 ideas, somebody might have 5, somebody might have 1. If all you got is 1, then you stop at 1. But you see how Jeff Bezos, he done made Amazon, but then he gonna take and make the spaceship and go to Mars. Same thing with Elon Musk. He done made paper, he made the newspaper, then on digital, then he made PayPal, then he made Tesla, then he made SpaceX. So it's like you get it, you get it up, you get it going, you learn how to eat, you learn how to walk, and then you start something else because different seasons is going to affect different businesses differently. So here's the thing. If you only had a brick and mortar, when the pandemic happened, you did bad. If you ain't have something that could pivot. Now, some people end up doing better because people had more money to spend and they created that curbside. But guess what? Since curbside has been created in the pandemic, it has not left. Ain't nobody ended their curbside, and we don't even need it. People still doing contactless delivery and they still doing curbside. You know why? Because that adversity breeds creativity. And so companies were forced to pivot and they learned something that they could have already been doing had they been thinking out of the box and not depending on the economy to force their hand to then create. Steve Jobs say the difference between a leader and a follower is innovation. So don't wait until your back is against the wall to innovate. Innovate ahead of time. So whatever industry you in, it's just like my mentor.life. My mentor.life was the first site for life coaches. Now betterhelp.com, Talkspace, that's therapists. My mentor.life is life coaches. But you know why I created that? Because I was innovating. And but let me tell you what it did. It blessed coaches who came with their best foot forward. Now, if you get on there and you don't put a professional headshot, you don't get a professional bio, you don't take your time, you don't post your link on your Facebook, you're not going to really see much results. But now you get on there with your best foot forward, it has really added a viable stream of income to hundreds of coaches. My mentor.life. But now let me tell you what it did for me. Here I was coaching one person at a time. But but having 3.5 million followers online, I can only coach so many people. So I needed to be able to send my audience to other coaches if my price wasn't affordable or if my schedule was booked. So by having them 300-400 other coaches, they pay only $20 a month to be on the site. They paying only $20 a month to be on the site. But here's the thing. Now, in addition to me coaching one-on-one, by me providing an opportunity for those coaches, that adds an additional $8,000 to $15,000 a month in revenue for my coaching business by having those extensions of myself. But see, that's innovation. And that's what I want you to think about. Don't just be in your industry doing what you doing. You innovate and you stretch. Somebody mentioned Amazon. Exactly. With Amazon, you want to be a life coach, go to TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. Somebody put that in the chat, TonyGaskinsAcademy.com, and take life coach certification. Or May 13th in Atlanta, live certification is actually less than half the price of the price online. So if you could make it to Atlanta, email in to support@TonyGaskins.com. It's only $1,000 instead of $2,500 because I'm trying to factor in your flight and your hotel if you got to travel, from another state. If you live right there in Atlanta, then you getting off with a steal. But listen to me. Even with Amazon, somebody said they were selling books, and now look what they're doing. They done innovated now to where now you can have an Amazon store. Now, not only was they selling books, now you can sell your book. Now they got a publishing company. They got the publishing company, the print books. They got ebooks. They got hardback, paperback, ebook, audiobook, but for independent authors, not just them having a database of books. Now it's all of that, and now you can make your own Amazon store. Now you could do fulfilled by Amazon. Now you could start your own business being an Amazon delivery service. One of my clients did it. You need like $10,000 to get into it. Maybe it might be up to 40,000 now. But you can have your own business delivering for Amazon. So now they making more money in empowering other people. So in any industry that you are in, you can innovate. You can innovate, and you're able to extend your industry. You're able to stretch your industry. And that's the people who become billionaires. They don't just exist, they live, they create. And so that's why I'm up grinding, because I created the consistencygear.com. Go and check it out now, consistencygear.com. And listen, I'm gonna tell you something. It's people who charge $500 to $5,000 to make a Shopify. But guess what? I went on there and made that Shopify myself. It was not the easiest thing in the world with that shipping. They had me messed up with that shipping now. But listen, what you got to realize, see, they hold my thing right now because I just set up. They like, man, we ain't used to people setting up and launching in the same hour. So we got to hold these payments. But listen to me. Now, since I done launched, I done got 7 orders on consistencygear.com. I done got 7 orders now, but it's 2:30 in the morning. But the reason why I launched that is because I say, you know what? Oh, and you know what I forgot to tell y'all? I ain't just launched the line Consistency. Right now I'm working with a real artist. And we working on another line. We working on a canvas line. And I don't normally announce my moves before I make them, but they already in, because I know it's people on here finna try to, not on here, not my supporters, but spectators. See, your biggest haters watch your every move. The people who don't congratulate you, the people who don't hit like on your post, those people watch you more than the people who actually support you. And so all this right here, yeah, I'm talking to you, hater, spectator. Y'all forgive me right now, supporters. But yeah, sometimes you got to let the devil know, I see you. I see you. You ain't hiding. I see your horns sticking up. But listen to me. But I announce it anyways, because guess what? When God in it, It can't be duplicated. And when you doing what you call to do, it's no competition. There is no such thing as competition. Your only competition, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm the one made that go viral. And then other people, your only competition is in the mirror. That's it. I had never seen that quote in my life, and I tweeted that quote. My only competition is the man I see in the mirror. That's what you have to realize is that can't nobody stop what you trying to do. Can't nobody stop you from doing what you called to do. You got to realize and understand that. So it's the sooner you take action and you make it happen. And sometimes I'm gonna tell you, you will be complacent. And while you complacent, you will get lulled to sleep. Listen to me now. I'll try to read y'all comments at the same time while I talk. You'll be complacent and you will get lulled to sleep, and then boom, calamity will hit you out of nowhere. It'll hit you out of nowhere, it'll catch you off guard, and you'll be stuck like Chuck. So I need you to understand now. Listen to me, I need you to understand. You got to innovate. So this what I want you to realize. This what I want you to do. Because when you look at this, if you got you a job, you nice and cozy. I remember I hired this young man to work with me as an assistant. And it was like his first job out of college, so he wasn't really used to it. And he said the reason why he want to be an entrepreneur, because he said he watched his daddy slave for a job for 20 years and then get laid off. Listen, it's 168 hours in a week. You working 40 hours on average. Some people working 60 on your job. Even if you work 60 hours, you got 108 other hours in that week. You got enough time that if you look at the time that you spend on social media, not feeding your spirit like this right here. This right here is like class. This is self-development, what we doing, because I ain't doing entertainment. I'm doing inspiration, education, empowerment. So listen to me. Look at the time that you give to sitcoms, to scripted shows, to unscripted shows. Look at the time you give to social media that does not move your life forward, and add up that time. Look up the time that you spend gossiping and talking to people who's not encouraging you and pushing you to go further. Look at that time and you add that time up. Now, if you give that time to your gifts or to your purpose or to your passion, you're going to be able to create something that you cannot be fired from. The goal is to create something that you cannot be fired from. And when you create, don't get complacent right there. Keep creating. Because what you have to realize is that everything gonna go at some point. At some point, everything is gonna happen. So what you have to realize and understand is that when you're creating, you laying the foundation. And so you got to think about the infrastructure. So I remember one time my daddy said to me, he said, son, you doing too much. You create too much. I said, daddy, I'm not doing too much. I'm laying the foundation. You cannot build a mansion on a trailer home foundation. So if you want a mansion, your foundation got to look different than the foundation of a modular home. So you got to have your pillars in place and you have to create so that now you have your streams. So when you say, hey, I want to be digital, I want to be physical, I want to be brick and mortar, I want to be whatever it is that you got. So if you say, hey, I'm going to do hair or I'm going to cook, anything could be broken down. So listen to me. If I do hair, I'm gonna do hair in person, but I'm also gonna do hair on YouTube. So while I'm doing hair, I'm gonna have a camera set right beside me showing the hairdos. I ain't worried about my competition stealing my ideas because the thousands of views that I'm gonna end up getting gonna pay me $10,000 a month from YouTube. I could end up making more from YouTube than I make from actually doing hair. So I'm never gonna use my gift and not record it and show it. So I'm gonna do hair, but I'm also gonna record me doing hair and I'm gonna put it on YouTube. Then I'm gonna do a course for the people who in YouTube and they want to support and they want to go a little deeper. I'm gonna do a course that is a static course. Then I'm gonna do a live course where it's gonna be live on Zoom. Then I'm gonna do it in person where we doing in-person training with the little doll head or with actual people, and it's gonna be high ticket, $500, and we got somebody head in there, and we doing the sew ins and the glue ins and the wigs and the lace front right down their head. And then you come up here and you get to try on this person head. You come over here, you try on this person head. So now I got all them streams. Then I'm finna write me a little children's book on how to do a braid. So that now I'm finna sell thousands of those. So little girls and little boys who want to learn how to braid, they can learn how to braid. Then I'm finna take and I'm finna do me a scrunchy line. I'm finna do me a scrunchy line that I'm finna put in the hair. Then I'm finna go on Alibaba and I'm finna or AliExpress or whichever you want to use, and I'm finna buy me some bundles. Now I'm finna buy me some bundles and I'm finna have the bundles for sale. So now after I do that, now I'm finna create me a t-shirt. And the t-shirt gonna say bad hair day. And I'm finna make it look good and I'm finna sell that bad hair day. That's what I'm finna do. Now, if I'm a cook, I'm finna cook. And not only am I gonna cook, but I'm gonna film my cooking. So I'm gonna cook and I'm gonna sell plates in the neighborhood. I'm gonna sell plates to the co-workers. You place your orders. So I'm gonna cook and I'm gonna sell those plates. But I'm gonna record me cooking and I'm gonna put that on YouTube and I'm gonna put it on TikTok and I'm gonna put it on Instagram Reels and I'm gonna record that right there. And then I'm gonna chop it up and then I'm gonna show the recipe on them outlets. Then I'm gonna take and make me a recipe book for busy moms, busy dads, and I'm gonna make me a recipe book. Then I'm finna go to Alibaba and I'm finna make me a custom apron. And I'm finna sell the apron to other cooks because my TikTok went viral, my YouTube shorts went viral, my reels went viral. So now just me in the kitchen cooking, now I got a following. Let me tell you who did this on YouTube actually. And he ain't even did everything that I'm saying do. But then I'm finna make me a shirt that relate to cooking. It might just say, I'm hungry. Stop staring. Uh, if I'm nasty, I might put, let me eat you. And if I'm a single man and trying to get me some cakes. So listen to me. But I'm gonna make me a t-shirt. Then, so I got my apron selling. I got my t-shirt selling. I got my cookbook selling, but I'm not just gonna do one cookbook. I'm finna do 4, 5 cookbooks. One cookbook is 30 meals under 30 minutes. Another cookbook is 10 meals under 10 minutes. Another cookbook is for busy dads. Another cookbook is teach your teen how to cook. Another cookbook is for busy moms. I'm gonna do a series of cookbooks. So now I got all these cookbooks. Then I'm finna do live tastings. I'm finna get me the commercial kitchen that's downtown, and I'm gonna invite friends and family, and I'm finna do a 3 course, 4 course, 5 course, 7 course, how many ever courses I could do. I'm finna do that live. Then I'm finna go to different cities because my TikTok and everything that went viral. Now I'm finna go to different cities. Now I'm not finna do like Buddy. I'm not finna do like Buddy and be selling the cakes out of Walmart and be back there busting open that plastic, getting caught on camera, and then selling it like I'm doing my own recipe, like I made the cake. I ain't finna scam. Okay? I'm finna do it the real way. Get that nice Airbnb, get that nice peer space, and now boom, we doing live events. You feel what I'm telling you? Then I'm finna partner with me a speaker. The speaker finna do the food for the soul, and I'm finna do the food for your stomach. And but that speaker got a brand, so now I'm finna eat off that speaker name too. You see what I mean? Whatever you do, it's multiple things. But see, a lot of people don't think out of the box. Like my barber, you could put me in any industry and I'm gonna make $1 million. You can put me in any industry and I'm gonna make $1 million. Because anything you do can be scaled. Anything you do, you could stack it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. So what you got to realize, like it's 2:40 in the morning and we got a few people on here. 2:40 in the morning, you supposed to have 2 people on here. What that show you is that there's always a market. There's a market for anything. So there is a market even for a 2:40 a.m. message online. So this is what you got to understand. If I cut hair, I'm finna sell a barber cape. I'm finna sell brushes. I'm finna sell beard combs. I'm finna sell beard oil. I'm finna sell hair growth oil. I'm gonna just private label something that's already formulated and just put my logo on it. And I'm finna not just get this haircut. I'm finna sell you a t-shirt. I'm finna sell you this hair oil, sell you this brush or this comb. Or if you got a bald head, I'm finna sell you a wax rag. I'm finna sell you an oil rag. So hey, you got that shiny, hey, you got the bald head. Now listen, I got this here terry cloth, got the custom terry cloth rags for when you out and about. You know how you break a sweat real quick, shoot, right? Just like that, boom. Just like you washing your car. Now I'm taking one customer and I'm finna eat off that customer 4-5 different ways. This how you got to start thinking. If you are a corporate baby, let me talk to y'all corporate babies. If you a corporate baby, you done went to school, you done got your little education, you all that right, you got your little certification, you on your little fancy job. When you on that fancy job, guess what? You got a whole stream of income from that fancy job by creating a ebook and a print book for the youngins who want to be in your position. You give them the guide. They got an online course. They got a live seminar with you. They got a one-on-one with you. They got a t-shirt from you that say keep climbing and you had a corporate ladder on there. And then they got your guide on how they're gonna take your position when you retire. Because it's stuff you learn on the job that you didn't learn in school. So these little wide nose, big eyed kids coming out of college, coming to the job and don't know what they're doing. You take and teach them the real that was not taught in the classroom. $20. You could actually put it in their hand on payday. You know they got the $20. You see what I'm saying? So you got to think out the box. No matter what you're doing, you have been put in a box and you thinking one way. But you have to take and multiply that. And I be trying to tell people and be trying to help people. But you got to help yourself. I done tried to physically help people. And I realized, just like they say, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You could give a person knowledge, but you can't make them think. And that's what you got to realize. So, hey, I got to get on off of here in 5 minutes because I don't want to go over an hour. And it's late. But listen, so right now I'm in a season of body breakdown. But, hey, it's different seasons. Even in the Bible, you know, times where Jesus had to tarry, where he had to pray all night, where he had to fast 40 days. It's different seasons. Now, I believe in balance, but it's season. I'm not a part of the grind culture. Cause what, let's here, I kick my feet up. You hear me? I kick my feet up. But see, listen to me. Listen to me. 2023 gonna make babies out of men. 2023 gonna make babies out of men. 2023 is gonna be a lot of people broken. Okay, 2023 gonna break a lot of people. So the Lord already showed me that. Let me tell you something. See, when you move with the Lord, he give you the play before stuff play out. So In September of 2019, the Lord dropped in my spirit, Tony, take your business online. Stop touring, take your business online and build your online presence. So I went to YouTube, started doing 3 videos a week. I went from earning $200 a month on YouTube to up to $40,000 in a month on YouTube. From $200, all because of the instruction, the unction of the Spirit. Guess what? I started doing that in September of 2019. And guess what happened in March of 2020? You know what happened in March of 2020. See, 6 months before, and it really was almost 10 months before, but we did a tour in Europe. We went on a vacation in Europe for 6 weeks. So it was 6 weeks we was throughout Europe with our sons. So it took some time away, but when I came back home, I got back to it. And then guess what happened in March? Right there. I say, Lord. So guess what? So right now, the fact that I'm opening these here businesses, these brick and mortars, and for my local community, and start bringing people in locally, and the fact that I'm creating several different businesses, I got so many businesses now, I forget them. But what happens is different days, the Lord will remind me, oh, work on this one today. Okay, work on this one today. And see, here's the thing. You work on it and you get it there, and then you're going to know when to launch it. You're going to know when to launch it. But if you wait until it's time to launch, to start working on it. So my skincare line, some of y'all know about it, some of y'all don't, but my skincare line, I done had the skincare line for months, but I ain't launched it. Yet. You know why? Because I ain't want nobody's skin to peel off. But now I'm finna launch it. Hey, your skin come off your skin. Your skin come off your skin. Your skin just too sensitive. But listen, I got to launch it. If I had these men out here washing their face with gasoline, hey, you're a mechanic anyway. So, but listen, I got to launch. And then when I get the feedback, hey, Tony, man, this thing got me feeling like sandpaper. Okay, I go back to the chemist. All right, they feeling like sandpaper. Let's put something else in there. Okay, all right, relaunch. The same thing. It's a little app where you pay hundreds of dollars to talk to founders. And I talked to the founder of OfferUp. He said when he did OfferUp, he said that app was trash. He said that app was so sorry. And when I'm telling you, I did a call with the man from OfferUp. And I'm going to tell you what he felt like, what his energy felt like. His energy felt like the white boy who is the life of the party at the bonfire. His energy felt like the white boy that will streak across the football field. He did not feel like no nerd. He didn't feel like no square, like no the typical derogatory term that we would give to somebody that we think gonna start a app that's gonna sell for hundreds of millions or whatever it's sold for. This man energy felt like he was voted least likely to succeed because he had a swag about him that he was like the cool white boy, you know. And here he is, sell this company, and he say the thing was trash when he started. And he don't even know how to code. He just had an idea. But that is a very simple idea to sell your stuff. I done had that same idea for decades and never acted on it. Guess what he did? He acted on it and made hundreds of millions. So now, right now, another business that I ain't tell y'all about, for those of you in the Blessed Tribe, I just working on yesterday a different site. Now I built this site today to give to my wife for the consistency, and I got more stuff in the consistency line that's coming. But it's 2 more businesses. It's another business. Another thing I created is a deck of cards. That's relationship quiz cards, where you ask a question about the relationship, And then on the back, it got multiple choice answers. Whichever answer you're closest to, you get that amount of points. And when the deck of cards is done, whoever got the most points know the most about love and relationships and won the game. You might only play it one time. I ain't worried about how many times you play it. Thank you for buying it. Okay, thank you. Another thing that I'm working on that I just forgot because I went off on that tangent telling you about that there. Oh, this another thing I'm working on that I building yesterday. And this is for the Blessed Tribe. We creating a market for the Blessed Tribe. It's called Blessed Thrift. And we creating this right here for the Blessed Tribe to where if you got a product and you in the Blessed Tribe, meaning the $1.99 a month or the $9.99 a month group, you're gonna get to get in this marketplace. And I'm gonna market the site to my full audience. So here you might not have my following, but you got the dream, you got the product, you done created your body butter, you done created your do-rags, you done created your hats, you done created whatever. I'm fixing to now take, and you now gonna be able to be on the site with your products, and this how it's gonna work. When you make a sale, 10% gonna go to me. When the buyer make a purchase, 10% gonna be added on to what they paying. So that's how I'ma eat for my due diligence of building an audience. But then that's how you gonna eat for your due diligence of creating your product. Now it's only open to the Blessed Tribe. I just got to figure out how to make it only open to the Blessed Tribe, to where people be trying to go on there and sign up. But I think I can have up to 1 million people that can sign up on there. But then guess what? That's going to be another marketplace, and it might grow. It might grow. Ain't no telling how many people gonna get on there. You see what I'm saying? And I'm almost done with it. I'm almost done with it. I just need to spend another few hours with it, like I did on this Shopify tonight. And see, this is the thing. It ain't got to be. And then when I finish everything, what I'm going to is a brand architect, and I'm gonna redo my website to where you see all of my brands, all of my companies when you come to my site, so that you could pick. You could pick what you want to do. And then the thing about it is I'm gonna take you through. So whatever you want to do, I got my own funnel. So whatever you want to do, I'm like the man in the hood. I'm like the man in the hood with that trench coat on. Open that trench coat. What you want? Some forks? What you need? Some ketchup? What you need? A wrench? What you need? Some tampons? What you need? Some condom? What you need? What you need? Some cologne? Everything inside this here jacket. You feel what I'm saying? That's how we create it. That's how we create it. But we have let the devil tell us to do one thing. We done let people tell us to do one thing. And guess what? When that one thing go out of style, you're broke. When that one thing go out of style, you're broke. But if you done took and laid your foundation, when one thing slow down, you able to pick up that next thing. Oh, I forgot about that site that I created. Man, it just so happened that there's a shift in the industry that this, what I created, is perfect timing. Hey, y'all, got this here site. Boom. I'm already up and going because I done already created it. I ain't paying nothing but $11.99 a year for the domain. So now, when the market say it's ready for this here idea that I done had, how many times you done had an idea and you sat on it, and a little bit later you look up on Shark Tank and somebody on there with your idea and they getting an investment of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you've been sitting on that idea for years? How many times you done had an idea and you sit on it, and then you look up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you see the man on the infomercial selling your idea? That's what you got to realize. Stop sitting on your gifts. Stop sitting on your gift. Oh, I forgot to tell you about my other business. Man, listen. When I tell you, I'm starting a drink company. Yeah. We done already did the research. We done already figured out the SKUs. We done already found the companies. I'm starting a drink company. And this summer, I'm starting my son a drink company. You see what I'm saying? Listen, you got to grind. Every single day, I tell myself I'm a billionaire. Every single day, I tell myself I'm a billionaire. But guess what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you this story and I'm finna go. When I was making $20,000 a year, I used to tell myself I'm going to make 100,000 a year. And I could not see how I was going to make 100,000. But by me telling myself that, it stretched my mind and it made me come up with ways to get to that 100,000. When I got to 100,000, I say, you know what? I'm going to make 250,000. I could not when you hit a certain mark and then you set another goal, you can't really see how you're going to do it. So you can't really see it, but when you speak it, your mind don't know the difference. Your mind don't know the difference because so what your mind say is, oh, okay, we need that right there amount. Well, all right, this how we gonna get it. This what we got to create. This what we got to do. So so when you hear me doing this right here, when you hear me say, oh, I got an app, I got a card game, I got a drink company, I got 2 clothing lines, I got a skincare line, I got a coaching business, I got a live seminar business, I got an online business, I got audio books, I got print books, I got ebooks, I got hats, trucker hats, I got all of this stuff. When you hear me saying all that, that's $1 billion infrastructure. And I got a TV show coming out in May. The TV show come out May 2nd. They might have done cut me out of there a little bit. Because you know me. Y'all know me now. Every scene I can't do. I'm a Christian. I can't do every scene now. The TV show coming out on MTV. And so now all I need is one person just to see that show and just realize, oh, you know what? I think this young man got more in him. But because this wasn't his show, because there was another host on there, he ain't give everything he could have. Let's sit down and talk. Let's sit down and talk with this young man and see if we could create his own show. That's all I need is one production company. And then I'm doing my own thing. You see what I'm saying? That's all I need. That's all I need. And so that's what I need you to understand. Is that all that right there, what I just listed out to you, that's $1 billion infrastructure. When you look at a billionaire, ain't no billionaire you've never seen a billionaire sitting in a cubicle working for somebody. Ever. And you never see a billionaire with one thing on their portfolio that made them a billionaire. Even if it's one product like Microsoft, it got 1 million variations. It's Microsoft Excel, it's Microsoft Word, it's Microsoft 365, it's Xbox, is this box, that box. So you see them in here? These y'all consistency shirts now. They're about to be the consistency hoodie that you're buying. You see what that say? Consistency now. Come on now. That's what we doing. Now I don't believe in magic. And see, listen. And the space next door that I'm gonna get, it's gonna be the same size. But this here, y'all remember the study? I ain't let it go yet now. Y'all say, oh man, Tony started the study, only did 3 episodes, he done. No, it just seasons for stuff. It just seasons for it. My wife put all this up for me. That's why you got the marriage right. My wife put them panels up for me. Cause she actually more handy than me. This right here gonna be my little barber corner right there. This right here gonna be my other little office. You come in here, you need to work. Now this here my office. My wife put that stuff up right there for me. And now next door, this same size that I'm gonna buy. And we're gonna do the live classes in there. Then when you come in here, this right here where you're gonna co-work at. Sit down right here, sit down and meet. This is where my meeting's at in the morning coming up. And I'm waiting on 2 more things to come over here. Got this here little cool little couch with the little flags on it. I got 2 more chairs coming right there. And then guess what? We're gonna shoot podcasts in there too. And my wife putting this greenery up for me. Putting this little greenery up for me. And then next door it's gonna be the same side, but I'm gonna make multiple sets. Multiple little sets. And so This right here, my little co-worker now in Central Florida. You in Central Florida, come holler at me now. Come holler at me now. And then what I'm gonna do, we finna open one of these in Johannesburg, South Africa. Johannesburg, it should be about 9 a.m. over there. Opening one of these, Gaskin Media Group. Opening one over there in Johannesburg. And where y'all could come in there and network. I'm gonna zoom in with you once a month. Come in there, we're gonna zoom. And I'm trying to come over there, Johannesburg, to speak in October. And trying to speak in Nairobi, Kenya in October as well. And then we're gonna put one of these in Nairobi. So somebody in Nairobi holler at me now who live over there. I got a guy who from there, but he over here. But I need somebody that live over there. And we're gonna set that thing up now. And then these right here gonna be coming around. They're gonna be coming around. Now, if you got your little savings, you're a little entrepreneur, you make you enough little money, and you want to be the manager of the Gaskin Media Group Creative Center in your city, then holler at me. Holler at me. You just got to find your little office space. Find your little office space like this here. And then we're gonna open up in your city. But that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do, because we got to start. We got to start making use. And see, this is the thing. Like I said, if you build it, they'll come. If you build it, they'll come. You got to do what you got to do. So listen to me. Now see, I ain't in the hood now. But that don't mean a whole lot, cause but that's why I'm going out of here on live. So that way if somebody happen to be out here, now for one, you gonna see a fight of your life. I set the camera up and well somebody out now. Now hold on now. Where my key at? I set the camera up and well somebody out now. But I got the hold on now. Oh Lord. Now look at this now. This the kind of neighborhood I'm in. I done left the key in the car all day and it's unlocked. Woo! That ain't gonna happen again. So somebody watching live, oh, I'm finna get by there and get that car. No, you ain't. You gonna get shot in your kneecap. Lord, hey, but God bless y'all, man. Listen, I just want to bring y'all in on this just to let you see, like, I just want to let you know, like, sometimes people talk about the work. But one thing about me, I don't like to talk about the work. I like to be about the work. You hear me? I like to be about the work. And so I had to come out here on this little live just because, and I'm the last one up here, and the people next door to me, they work to about 6 or 7. And I say, yeah, I ain't finna let nobody outwork me now. But I don't do this every day. It's just certain days I get this here authorization from my wife. But one thing about it, I'm gonna tell you something about my wife. She has never, and that's how I know that God picked her for me. She has never given me a hard time. She say sometimes women used to ask her, how do you do that? How do you do with him having to travel and him have to do this? She say, it don't bother me. Because here's the thing, when you plan to be together a lifetime, like when you gonna be together a lifetime, and we can't, tomorrow ain't promised, but you can't live your life like that in fear. So it's like you need that little time apart. You need that little bit of distance with that man grinding. You need that. I'm gonna leave that little light on in there that say humble hustle, because that way if somebody come up here and they got a little idea, they see that light on in there. But hey, and my office close to my house now. It's only 5 minutes from my house. Wi-Fi went out, so that's why I did that. But hey, I'm about to get on off of here because I got to go on and see at this time of night, because it ain't a lot of people up, and it's only certain times in certain places. Palo Alto sitting out there watching. So at this time of night, Palo Alto, they have their staff. And for those of y'all who don't speak that dialect, I'm saying Palo Alto. Palo Alto, out there where YouTube at. This time of night, Palo Alto, they have their staff sitting there watching this. So they're watching this with me. So hey, to the staff out there at Google watching this, when y'all had the little Google meetups, bring me out there and put me on that panel. And y'all be having them old studious, well-spoken Yale graduates. And let me sit down with them Yale and Harvard graduates and teach them how to get it. And not just talk about it. Teach them how to get out here and get it. Out the mud, off the muscle. And because we need a little diversity up there on them little panels. And instead of just the black PR people getting their self on there, I say, boy, I ain't never seen nobody do PR as for they self as much as black PR. Well, you can't get a black publicist to do nothing for you because she be publishing herself. I'm like, my goodness, did you become a publicist for yourself or for the clients? I said, well, I ain't seen now one of your clients nowhere, but the doggone publicist be in all the magazines. Hey, this Tony Gaskin, God bless you. About to pull on up to the house in a little while. But if you miss any part of this, listen back to it. Get this in your spirit. And everything I told you tonight that I'm doing, I told my son that this church right here put a sign up that say for rent or for sale, I'm about to become a pastor. But it ain't gonna be a traditional pastor. It's gonna be a motivational center that's Bible based. Because there's so many pastors out here bumping their head right now. There's a lot of pastors out here bumping their head. I don't even want that title. I'm just be a Christian that's Bible based and leading people to the Lord with no title, but a servant, just a servant. Don't call me pastor, don't call me reverend, don't call me bishop, just call me a child of God. Servant of the Most High, that's it. Hey, God bless y'all. We'll talk soon. If you tonight, I'm gonna set the money up and everything to go to a different account that I don't use, and I'm gonna take her up to the bank, put her name on it, and because it's a little side something I had set up, but for like different little investments and stuff. But to the ladies, because a lot of audience is women, but some of the clothes I'm making is kind of almost men clothes, but it ain't really men clothes. It's oversized shirts. It's unisex, so you're gonna have to wear it with your boyfriend jeans, or you can wear it with just some leggings. But when them shirts, when I tell you them shirts I'm about to drop, woo! When I tell you quality, I'm talking about quality hoodies, 2 different shirts. Listen, and even if I drop some shorts that look like they for men, just buy them and wear them around the house if you're a woman. And if you're buy them for your son or your nephew or your husband or your uncle or your granddaddy. But and it's me and another young brother. I'm doing the consistency line, and me and him, we working on one piece for the consistency line together. He's the designer. And then I'm working with an artist on some other little stuff that's gonna come out. And then, but me and the designer, we working on another little situation. And so listen to me. I got inducted to the Hall of Fame with my football team, my college football team. And when I went up there, I had a lot of regrets of not giving my all. I had a lot of regrets of not lifting as much weights and taking it serious. I was the most complete all around player on, but he's 5'7", I'm 5'10". So in football, I got the advantage. I have a 40-inch. He probably had about a 36 or 32 or something. and I bench pressed 200% of my body weight. I was 170 pounds, bench pressing 340. He probably bench pressed 250, but he only weighed 150. And so all the way around, I was a more complete athlete than him. But he actually took it serious. I didn't take it serious. And so the fact that I didn't take it serious, I had a lot of regrets. Even though we got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and even though, I helped my team get ready and, prepared, but I had a lot of regrets. And when I thought about that, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to a mode in my life to where I don't have any more regrets. I'm gonna go to a mode to where when I get 80 and I look back at this time, I'm not gonna be able to say, oh, I left this idea on the table, I left that idea on the table. I ain't gonna do that. And so we live in a selfish society, and everybody out for themselves, but you'll end up focusing on everybody else and not focusing on yourself. So I want you to get that right there. Get that in your spirit. And a lie acting up on my end a little bit, so y'all forgive me. And y'all forgive me. And we gonna keep talking and keep doing these here things. Tony, help us get a business credit card. To be honest with you, a lot of business credit cards, they still pull your personal credit. So once you start your LLC, they got them to where people try to teach where you ain't got to use that personal credit, but it ain't even all that worth it. That little one pull ain't gonna hurt you, and then after that, it don't report to your personal credit, but you still got a business credit card. But you just got to get your personal credit to buy at least $650, but really $700, that sweet spot. You get it to $700, then you can get any kind of platinum card, anything, and then you're able to use that card without it reporting to your personal credit. So really the only thing that hurts you is that pull that they do, but you typically only lose like 1 point for it, if that. So hey, God bless y'all. We're gonna be doing these different little sessions, especially late at night. Sometimes when I'm in the office, I gotta hop on here, especially when I'm getting ready to leave. I ain't mean to be on here this long, but at the same time, I'm working on this here YouTube as well. Y'all got to realize too, this is still a business in itself. YouTube's still a business in itself. So sometimes when I forget to do it, I got to do it when I can do it. And I got to do it my way and not just how other people do it. But also, oh man, I done told y'all about 10 different projects, but I got a project coming, another project. And it's going to be, I got about 3 podcasts coming. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing about 3 podcasts at the same time. So I know some people sit here and they like, man, Tony crazy. Tony absolutely crazy. Guess what? I might be. I took a lot of concussions in college, but I would rather be seen as crazy and be active and living my dreams, living my purpose, and using all my gifts than to be idle and to be suppressing my dreams and my desires and my goals because I'm trying to fit somebody else mold of business. When somebody say you only should do one thing, and I'm focused on fitting that instead of just doing me and doing how I need to do. So that's what I want to encourage you. Do what you got to do and do it how you need to do it, and put your finger on it, because you the only one with your fingerprint. So put your fingerprint on it, and that becomes the blueprint, instead of listening to other people and telling you how you need to do it. Do what you have the capacity to do. If you don't have the capacity to do what I do, then don't do it. Do what you got the capacity to do. And if that's only one thing, then ain't nothing wrong with that. But hey, God bless you. We'll be in touch. We'll talk soon. And make sure you go to consistencygear.com. Consistencygear.com. I got one hoodie on there right now, but we got some more stuff in the mail coming.